Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the INSS H2O well drilling street stock series. My name is Josh Hall again. We are here at Southern National Motorsports Park as these drivers are getting ready to do battle here for 80 laps. We're going to have a couple heat races and we'll get ourselves underway. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. You see Sean Fleury still up at the top of the board. Stephen Rockford sits back in second. Shane O'Neill, Mark Baldwin, and Justin Prescott, your top five. Jason Pelkey back in sixth. Caden Fisher up in the seventh. Ty Delphia, Mike Young, and Jake Grout. Kyle Streeter, Joel Hogden, Carson Nagy, Ethan Tyrell, and Scott Rockford round out your top 15. As we have just two races tonight and next week to finish up our season here in the INSS Street Stock Series. See the 49 of Jake Grout. Ooh, getting a little loose there off the corner into the inside wall. We're seeing this a lot tonight already in practice. A lot of drivers getting really loose off the corner. So watch that to be a trouble spot as we see Pete Fisher get up into the wall that time. See Jacob Roy in the 11. A little bit of a tribute. Right there running that 43 monster machine. And a new driver out here tonight, Casey. Let me look back at my notes here so I say this right. Casey Beatty. So Beatty currently the fastest driver out there on the track, and I know I had a little bit of a brain fart there, and we saw that that was I'm trying to remember who that was that had that paint job there. That was a tribute there to Ken Block. That was the 49 of Jake Grout with that. No, it wasn't Jake. I'm sorry. As we go back through the race, I'll figure out who had that paint job there. We have about 3 minutes left before we get racing here underway. B at T. Yep. Casey Beatty. Just making sure I said that right. I just got corrected again in the chat there. Andy Collins already cheering on Mark Baldwin. Telling him to pick up the win here tonight. We see Baldwin here on the screen racing with the 31 of Sean Fleury. Of course, we do appreciate everybody joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. We do appreciate you joining us here. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcast. Of course, full slate of racing back here on Intensity as we have our Sunday night, just 2 more weeks here in the INSS. Then Monday night we have our Thunderstruck Street Stock Series. Tuesday night we have the truck doubleheader with the Doghouse Racing League and the SCSRA. Wednesday night, SCSRA Xfinity Series. Thursday night, Thunderstruck Legends. Friday night, we are off, well, it's Saturday nights, but Sundays, right here with the INSS. We've got about 2 minutes left here in practice. Kyle Streeter out here as well, turning some laps. Streeter currently 8th fastest on the board. Of course, as always, I want to thank our great partners here that make this racing possible, starting with our series sponsor, H2O Well Drilling. Of course, if you're in the Vermont area and looking for well drilling, visit our sponsor, H2O Well Drilling. Their phone number is down below in the description. Of course, Til Dark Roofing as well, another sponsor of the league. We appreciate them coming on. You can check out them. Their phone number is also down in the description below. Of course, Race EPI for all your iRacing setup needs and coaching. You can visit raceepi.com. Of course, you can support us here at Intensity Broadcasting and our boy @Luis, who just raced down at the Charlotte Road Course in his Bandolero, and you can check all that out over at intensitybroadcasting.com. Of course, our great partner over here at Intensity Broadcasting of the Butt Kicker. Of course, Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. The patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and upgraded sim racing haptic that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects.
All right, guys. Races are the qualifying is about to start here. If you would get your qualifying done within the first 2 to 3 minutes. And
I apologize for that. That was not supposed to come across the radio there. But, of course, as I was saying, if you would like to check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. So qualifying just about to get underway. And Sean Fleury, one of the first drivers out on track in that 31 National Guard machine. Taking the green flag on his first of 2 laps. And up to the top of the board, Fleury goes on his first lap. Caden Fisher in second. Mark Baldwin just jumped up into the 3rd spot. Off of turn number 4 and down to the stripe. And Sean Fleury is going to fall to P4 as Pete Fisher just took the pole. And then Jake Rout just took it away with Casey Beatty, who's going to pull it off here in second. Jake Rout trying to get a second lap here. He's going to pull it down to the bottom and shut it off. 32 of Eric Steele coming down across the stripe. Steele's going to jump up into the 4th position on his second qualifying lap. Stephen Rockford on his second lap down into turns 3 and 4. Oh, big slide out of the 66 of Rockford. He's able to hold on to it, but he's going to stay in that 12th position. Logan Powers coming through turns 3 and 4 and down to the stripe. And Powers is going to stay in the 6th position. We still have 4 drivers left to qualify. That's Scott Rockford, Kyle Gramman, Juan Marshall, and Brandon Mayer. So far you see the times. Oops, that's the gap on the side there. Let's put their best time on the tower there for everybody to see. As we have 2.5 minutes left here of qualifying. Oh, we see Brandon Mayer making his way out onto the pit road. See if he gets his qualifying lap underway. And there he goes. Takes the green flag for his qualifying attempt right there on the bottom, trying to use the shortest way around the track. And Mayer's going to be in the 16th position, so he was able to do on his second lap. He's able to improve. Coming down to the stripe. And Mayer is going to stay in that 14th position. Let's take a look at the race info here, the racetrack itself. And Southern National Motorsports Park is a 4/10 of a mile oval track in North Carolina. Turns are banked at 17 degrees. The straightaways are banked at 7. And you can see the nice cool weather that we're going to have here tonight, as we are again in week number 9. Next week will be the season finale. So our first heat race getting ready to take place here. Let's take a look at our starting grid. Jake Grout will be your pole sitter. Eric Steele in second. Kyle Streeter third. Sean Fleury will roll off fourth. Justin Prescott, Mark Baldwin, and Kyle Gammon will make up the first heat race. Jake Grout's trying to ease that iRacing Mustang to start rolling off here. We'll get 2 warm-up laps here to get these cars nice and warmed up, get those tires warmed up, and get ready to go racing. Barney the flagman says 1 lap to go. Pace car will be in this time by. We'll see the pace car take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here in our first heat race, and how about this? Eric Steele up on the high side trying to take that top spot from Jake Grout, who's pinched down on the bottom, giving each other playroom. Oh, Grout gets a little loose there off the corner. That's going to allow Steele to clear him, although here comes Grout fighting back hard back on the inside. Just behind, we see Kyle Streeter and Justin Prescott trying to sneak their way up into this mix as well, as Steele's going to fully take the lead. And here comes Streeter taking a look down underneath Grout. He's going to take that second position away, and Justin Prescott going to try to wrestle away third, as Mark Baldwin and Sean Fleury are battling door to door for the final spot. Oh, one driver up into the wall, Prescott, as Jake Grout takes a look down back underneath to try to take that third spot back away. There's some contact between the 49 and the 44. And now Sean Fleury making his way up into this mix as well. Ooh, a little bump there The 44 really sending the 49 up the track. That's going to send Jake Rout all the way to the back as Mark Baldwin and Sean Fleury continue to battle here for the 4th spot. Just 4 laps to go in this first heat race. And already in just a heat race, we've seen the bumper being used. We'll have to see if that continues throughout the actual race here tonight. So we have just 3 laps to go here in this heat race. Eric Steele out in front by a pretty good margin. 1 second over second place, Kyle Streeter. Well, the white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Sorry, my scoring does not say that, but white flag is in the air, and Eric Steele is going to take the win. Kyle Streeter is going to come in second. Justin Prescott third. Sean Fleury, Mark Baldwin, and Jake Grout, your first heat. Let's take a look at our second heat here. It's going to be Casey Beatty with Jason Pelkey to his outside. Shane O'Neill, Ty Delphia, Brandon Mayer, Mike Young, and Scott Rockford. Green flag is in the air. A little contact there between Beatty and Pelkey as Pelkey trying to fight on the high side. Again, I apologize for the ticker not working up at the top for some reason. Heat racing does not like, or this scoring does not like heat racing, but 7 laps to go here as we see Beatty back to the front. Pelkey right there on the back bumper, and Shane O'Neill trying to peek in as well. Further back, we see Brandon Mayer to the inside of Ty Delphia trying to take over that 4th spot, but Ty's going to fight back on the outside and throw a little slider here to get that position back away. Take a look off the back bumper of Pelkey, and he's got Shane O'Neill right there. As O'Neill's trying to take a look down to the inside. And here comes Ty Delphia here in the mix as well. So these 3 drivers under a blanket for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot as Casey Beatty is just pulling away at the moment. Like almost some contact there between O'Neill and Delphia. As we have 2 laps to go here in our second heat. Down into turns 3 and 4. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here in our final heat race. Or second heat race, I should say. Off of turn number 4, and Casey Beatty is going to get the win. Jason Pelkey in second, Shane O'Neill third, Ty Delphia fourth. So the results of our final heat race were Casey Beatty, Jason Pelkey, Shane O'Neill, Ty Delphia, Brandon Meyer, Scott Rockford, and Mike Young. So we take a look at our starting grid for our third heat race, which has Pete Fisher on pole with Logan Powers to the outside, Caden Fisher and Stephen Rockford. In row number 2, Joel Hogden, Jacob Roy, and Juan Marshall round out the field in our second heat race, our third heat race. Green flag is in the air. Oh, Pete Fisher did not get going. That allows Logan Powers to get out into the lead. Looks like Fisher might have either spun the tires or missed a gear or something. So he's got Caden Fisher right there on the inside. He's trying to work back to the inside of Logan Powers. See Joel Ogden with a big move here, trying to get underneath Stephen Rockford to try to take that position away, and he will. As now Caden Fisher making the move down underneath Pete Fisher. They are side by side for the second spot. Right behind, we see the battle between Stephen Rockford and Joel Ogden heating back up. As those two are running side by side, door to door. Pete Fisher sideways up on that high line. He's going to have to tuck back in line behind Caden Fisher. Caden's going to try to run down the 99 of Logan Powers as we are coming to 4 to go, halfway through our heat race. Last time by, Caden Fisher was just a little bit quicker. Actually, Caden Fisher ran the fastest lap of the race with a 15:58 as he is continuing to run down the 99 of Logan Powers. And he has caught the 99. It's one thing to catch him. It's another thing to get around him as we see Rockford and Pete Fisher behind side by side. As we have 2 laps to go here in this heat race. Fisher right there on the back bumper. He's going to take the look down to the inside through turns 3 and 4 as the white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Powers on the high side. Fisher on the low side. Powers pinches them down off of turn number 2, but they are door to door into turns 3 and 4. Powers trying to use that high lane momentum. It's going to be a photo finish, and Logan Powers gets the win by 0.03 seconds. Caden Fisher comes in second. We'll take a look at the results of our heat race here. And Logan Powers getting the win by 0.029. I think that's what that says. Caden Fisher in second. Steve Rockford in third place, and we are immediately going to the race here. Joel Ogden, Jacob Roy, and Juan Marshall. As we take a look at the grid for our feature, with Eric Steele on pole, Casey Beatty in second, Logan Powers, Kyle Streeter, and Jason Pelkey, your top 5. Caden Fisher will roll off in 6th. Justin Prescott in the 7th place. 8th will be Shane O'Neill, Stephen Rockford, and Sean Fleury will round out your top 10. Row 6 will be Ty Delphia and Pete Fisher. With row 7, Mark Baldwin, Brandon Mayer, Joel Ogden, Jake Grout in row number 8, Scott Rockford and Jacob Roy in row 9, Kyle Gammon, Mike Young, and Juan Marshall round out the field as we get ready for our 80-lap feature event. Sandy Fuller says, great job, Logan, in the chat. Oh, here we go. Pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Eric Steele to the inside. Casey Beatty to the outside. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing. Kyle Streeter giving a big push to Beatty down into turns 1 and 2. As they are side by side, door to door. Big wiggle out of Eric Steele on the low side. It's going to give a little momentum to the 45 of Beatty as they are side by side, but Eric Steele's going to lead the first lap here. Logan Powers looking down to the inside of Kyle Streeter, trying to take away that 3rd position. Oh! The 32 gets turned up in front of the field. Caution is out. And that is going to bring up a wreckage rewind. And that was a hard lick for the 32 of Eric Steele. Let's see if we can see what happened here as they were racing. Looks like the 45 or the 32 was tried coming up the track just a little bit, catches Kyle Streeter. Caden Fisher gets turned around in this as well. Let's take another look at this here. Take a look at Philadelphia. Kind of running a mid-pack here. Happens right in front of him. Everybody tries to check up. We see Philadelphia. Well, it looks like Mark Baldwin got into the back as Caden Fisher was sliding down. Baldwin gets turned around up the track into the 49 of Jake Grout. So a couple drivers on pit road. Mark Baldwin, Joel Hogden on pit road getting some damage fixed. We saw the 32 of Steele on pit road. So everybody trying to get down pit road to get damage fixed. Lights are off on the pace car. The BT is going to be on the inside with Logan Powers to the outside this time. And the caution lights are back on. We're going to go green flag racing in one more lap. As we get the field all re-racked and restacked. Pace car takes that hard left-hand turn in the pit road. We are back racing with a big jump from Beatty. As side by side, we've got Shane O'Neill and Pelkey. As Logan Powers was able to clear both of them, get tucked in behind the 45. Pelkey and O'Neill door to door, then Pete Fisher and Justin Prescott door to door right behind. Logan Powers is trying to run down that 45 of Beatty, the newcomer. Shane O'Neill and Pelkey just cannot shake each other right now as Pelkey runs up the track. Oh, Pete Fisher catches the wall just slightly. That doesn't look like it's going to hurt his car too much. His momentum's not broken. As Prescott gets loose down on the low side, trying to stay off of that 71 machine. Again, more cars hitting the wall. That looked like Fisher as well as Jake Rout got up into the wall. As Pelkey has almost cleared O'Neill up on the high side, but here comes O'Neill back on the low side, trying to retake that position away. Justin Prescott has cleared Pete Fisher. And now he's watching the battle take place in front of him between Shane O'Neill and Pelkey. Speaking of Fishers, the other Fisher, Caden Fisher, continues after spinning there in that last incident. He's worked his way back up into the 10th position as he's battling side by side with Sean Fleury. And right behind, we see the Jacob Roy machine. That's that Ken Block tribute. Battling side by side with Scott Rockford. Pelkey and O'Neill continue to rub door to door. That's what Logan Powers loves to see in his mirror, seeing those two side by side as he's able just to pull away him and Beatty. Oh, Philadelphia having some issues. Caution is out. As we see Philadelphia has turned that car around in turn number 3. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what happened to the driver of the 13 machine. Oh, we see some contact between him and the 11, and the 11 kind of trying to regain control. Right rears the 13 into the outside wall, and that's what brings out the caution. Doesn't look like it was malicious. Looked like the 11 was just trying to regain control. So Casey Beatty is still your leader. Logan Powers in second. Shane O'Neill and Jason Pelkey in row number 2. And it's going to give a little bit of breathing room to Pelkey and O'Neill. So they're going to try to battle at each other again. This time Beatty is going to choose the outside lane, putting Logan Powers down on the low side. Pace car pulling down on the pit road. Green flag is back in the air, and Beatty with another great jump puts himself out in front as Pelkey is almost able to clear O'Neill that time. Now O'Neill fighting back on that inside lane. Justin Prescott and Pete Fisher right behind, and then we see Steve Rockford and Brandon Mayer side by side as well. So 3 rows, 3 deep as Caden Fisher continues to work through the field. Up into the 9th position. Watch him as the race goes on. He's taking his time. He's getting through the field aggressively, but he's taking his time doing it as O'Neill has cleared Pelkey. Here comes Justin Prescott to the inside of Pelkey. And then Pete Fisher and Stephen Rockford side by side as well. Now Shane O'Neill has run down the 99 of Logan Powers. O'Neill trying to get by that 99 machine. Again, it's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to get by him. As we've seen, especially with these side-by-side battles like we see with Justin Prescott and Jason Pelkey. And now Prescott's going to clear the 64. The 64 was thinking about a crossover move, but he's going to stay tucked in behind. And then we have Stephen Rockford, Pete Fisher, along with Brandon Mayer and Caden Fisher here, all battling for position. Caden continuing to try to work his way back through the field. We are coming to lap number 20 of 80 next time by. The track is racing tonight. You can see that inside lane having some having the grip down there through the corner, but the outside lane having the advantage off the corner as they are door to door. Oh, the 33 gets turned around by Pete Fisher. Caution is out. We saw those two drivers just door to door. Let's take another look at it. And already there's contact made. There's just door-to-door contact off the corner and neither driver giving an inch. Unfortunately, because the 33 is just a little bit out in front. You see the 71 hit the wall. Nothing that he can do. He can't run up any further. Turns that 33 right to the outside wall. Caden Fisher gets around. Sean Fleury gets around as well. Just the one car involved. So we are under caution for the third time here tonight. Of course, as always, we've got the chat live. We see 30 of you out there. Don't forget to let us know who you're cheering for, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or Twitch. We can see all the chat, so throw your shout-outs in there. If your driver wins or makes it up in the top 3, we'd like to give the shout-outs from the chat to them as well. Here we go, lights on the pace cars off. Vieti back on the outside, Logan Powers to the inside, and Petey's going to dive down the corner. Use that momentum on the start to get a big jump out in front of Logan Powers as Logan now has Justin Prescott to the outside trying to take over that second position. Prescott dives it down into the corner. Lets it slide up. He's going to clear the 99 of Powers. Now Stephen Rockford trying to get a momentum up on the high side of Shane O'Neill to try to get to the outside of Powers. And we're seeing that high side show a little bit of speed here in the late running as the tires start to get hot and slick. Trina Bildo says, go Logan. Ethan Tyrell says, can't make it tonight. Thanks for the broadcast. Let's go number 13. And Brian Powers says, let's go 31 and 99. So there's your shout outs. As Powers is able to stay out in front of Stephen Rockford. Oh, Shane O'Neill catches Rockford. O'Neill slides down to the inside. No caution. He was down off the track enough to not bring out the caution. Although it looks like he might bring out the caution here as the field. No, we're going to stay green. So Casey Beatty is going to put down. Now the caution comes out for Shane O'Neill. Slow down on the inside. That's going to bring up our wreckage rewind. We saw the contact here between O'Neill and the 66 of Rockford. Looks like the yeah, looks like Rockford thought he was clear there. O'Neill had a little bit of momentum into the corner, catches the right rear. Rockford's able to hold on to it, but we see O'Neill trying to hold on to it down on the flat down there. And that just never works as he slides and catches the inside barrels just enough to stop that car. I'm really surprised the caution didn't come out for that. As O'Neill's going to get the wave by here, get back onto the lead lap. Lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Casey Beatty back up on that high side. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. For some reason it's showing Shane O'Neill as the leader. I'm sure they'll get that fixed in just a moment as Justin Prescott has been able to pull away. Casey Beatty has been able to pull away from Justin Prescott. As now Caden Fisher to the inside of Stephen Rockford. And Fisher trying to wrestle away that fifth position. Ooh, Pelkey gets up into the wall just a little bit, as he's got Kyle Streeter looking down to the inside, trying to take that position away. He will. Now Pelkey has to deal with the 32 of Eric Steele, as you see the Shane O'Neill machine down on the apron, letting the field go by as he was inadvertently waved around the pace car when he shouldn't have been. And now Justin Prescott has caught the 45 of Beatty as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Prescott trying to work that back bumper to get around that 45 machine. Taking a look off the back bumper of Casey Beatty. Great views from around the track as we see the field coming back up on a slow-moving car. That is Pete Fisher making his way down on the pit road. I'm not sure what happened to Fisher here to put him on pit road, but getting some service done on that 71 machine as BAT puts that 71 machine a lap down. Like Bennett says, he didn't think that restart would work, and it did work for BAT as he's going to lead lap number 37. As we are just a couple laps away from halfway, we've got a battle shaping up here between Pelkey, Mike Young, and Ty Delphia. And the 77 is Scott Rockford and Mark Baldwin coming up into the mix here as well. Contact a little further back. Joel Hogden and that was Brandon Mayer making some contact with Jacob Roy right there in the mix as we are just past halfway now. Casey Beatty has pretty much led since the drop of the green flag. Neil Henshaw says that 18 is racing with some patience, and he is. And he was involved in an early wreck, just got spun around, didn't really hit anything. Fell to the back of the field, and now he's driven himself back up into the top 5, sitting here in the 4th spot, trying to run down the 99 of Logan Powers. While he's got a hard charging Stephen Rockford right there on the back bumper as well. Scott Rockford, Mark Baldwin side by side. This is a battle for the 12th and 13th position. As just out in front, we see a battle heating up between Pelkey and Delphia. And Delphia almost got into the side of the 64. He's able to hold on to it, but it was really sideways trying to avoid the contact. And these street stocks run almost on a street tire, so once they start to grip, they just go. As Delphia is trying to find another way around this 64 machine. Kyle Streeter is now run up onto the back bumper of Stephen Rockford, trying to take that 5th position away. So we have a little bit of a breakaway with our top 8. See Sean Fleury running back in the 8th position. And then it's a side-by-side battle for 9th and 10th between Ty Delphia and Pelkey, and Delphia is going to take that position away. So move Ty Delphia up into the 9th spot. We have 4 cars under a blanket here a little further back. Scott Rockford, Joel Hogden, Mark Baldwin, Brandon Mayer all running here. This is a battle for 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. As we have just 30 laps to go when we cross the line this time. Casey Beatty just pulling away now. He's got almost a 1 second lead over second place Justin Prescott, who's got a Logan Powers, and Logan has Caden Fisher all over the back bumper as Fisher's going to take a look up to the high side this time. Not quite going to have the momentum to do anything with it. Powers trying to make a look to the inside of Prescott. Here comes Fisher now to the inside. He's got the run here and a look to the inside. Side by side off of turn number 4. Fisher trying to use that low lane to get around the 99 of Powers. And in typical short track fashion, it can take a couple laps to actually make the pass complete. This is exactly what Justin Prescott wanted to see in his mirror, as those two run side by side. Aren't able to run as fast as Prescott can by himself, and Fisher's able to clear Powers, and Stephen Rockford was able to follow Caden right on through, so move Logan Powers back to the 5th position. As we are coming to 25 laps to go. Again, next week is the season finale. So join us right here on Intensity Broadcasting as we will have your season finale. We saw Fisher get into Prescott just a little bit. Then Prescott got loose trying to exit off the corner. Now Fisher back to the inside. They're door to door for the 2nd position. Stephen Rockford tried to do it again, just follow Fisher right on through. Fisher has almost cleared the 44 of Prescott. I think it's going to take one more set of corners to fully clear that 44. And there it is, 18 clearly up into the 2nd position. And now he's got 21 laps to chase down Casey Beatty, who's currently almost 2 seconds ahead of the field as Stephen Rockford and Justin Prescott battle door to door. A little contact, a little swap in the paint there as they make their way through turns 3 and 4, and Prescott's going to fall back into the 3rd position. Can Logan Powers, that's the 4th position. And can Logan Powers take that 4th position back away? Ooh, more contact there between Prescott and Powers. Ooh, Prescott catches the wall just a little bit. Now here comes Kyle Streeter up into the mix as well. Kane Fisher is pulling away from Stephen Rockford. He's starting to eat into that lead of Casey Beatty, and Beatty's coming up on some lap traffic. So we look off the nose of the 45 machine. You see the lap traffic in front. So Fisher trying to run down that 45 machine, and here comes the lap traffic again. As Beatty is going to have to dispatch the 11 of Jacob Roy. Jacob's going to pull up to the high side, let the 45 right on by. Next will be the 49 of Jake Grout. And just in front of them, we see the battle between, that's Pete Fisher, who's a couple laps down, and the 33 of Brandon Mayer. They get single file now as the leader is working his way through the field. It's now a 2-second gap between him and Caden Fisher. Last time by, Casey ran a 16:10. Fisher ran a 16:4. But right now it looks like it's going to be a caution coming out that's going to give Fisher any chance for the win here tonight. See Kyle Streeter running all over the back bumper of Justin Prescott, trying to move himself up into the 5th position, and Sean Fleury, your points leader, right here in the mix as well. And Eric Steele, after getting caught up in an early wreck, finds himself back in the 8th position. So we have just 9 laps to go. Delphia and Pelkey continue to battle side by side as well. This is a battle for 9th and 10th. Now Casey Beatty, catching even more lap traffic, and it slowed him down enough to bring Caden Fisher within 2 seconds as we are coming to 7 laps to go. Sean Fleury now taking a look down to the inside of Streeter, trying to take over that 5th spot. Oh, the 44 loses it, spins down into the inside wall. That's Justin Prescott. He was able to reset, so no caution is going to come out as we are coming to 5 laps to go. Caden Fisher trying to get around the 49 this time. See if Jake Out gives the 18 a little bit of breathing room here. With 4 laps to go and about to catch some heavy lap traffic. Is the lap traffic going to be involved in the outcome of this race? 3 laps to go. Again, Caden Fisher just hoping for a caution right now to get himself back into the mix with a green-white checker. So far, we are here with 2 laps to go. Again, once that white flag comes out, the yellow flag will be put away. Through turns 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. We have the H2O well drilling final lap here from Southern Motorsport Park. Lap traffic is not going to be a factor as Casey Beatty makes it off of turn number 4, and Beatty is going to win here at Southern National. Caden Fisher going to come home in 2nd. Stephen Rockford in the 3rd position. Logan Powers comes home 4th. And Sean Fleury, your points leader, with another top 5 as we see Beatty making his way over to the front stretch where he's going to pause for a picture and then burn it down right here on the front stretch. Neil Hershaw said he liked the way the 18 was running the race, even though he might not win. It was a great try. Yeah, coming from the back of the field back to the front like that is impressive for sure. And Brian Powers says good job, 31 and 99, who both finished in the top 5. Let's take a look at the final results. And again, Casey Beatty getting the win here tonight. Caden Fisher brings it home 2nd. Stephen Rockford in 3rd. Logan Powers and Sean Fleury, your top 5. Kyle Streeter brings it home 6th. Eric Steele, after spinning, comes home in 7th. Jason Pelkey in 8th. Ty Delphia and Joel Hogden back in the top 10. Scott Rockford brings it home 11th. Shane O'Neill in 12th. Mike Young, Brandon Mayer, and Mark Baldwin, your top 15. Then Jake Rout in the 16th position. Jacob Roy in 17th, Pete Fisher in 18th. 19th was Justin Prescott, Kyle Gammon, and Juan Marshall rounding out the field here tonight, as we've got a couple people here in the booth, starting with our third place finisher, Stephen Rockford. Stephen, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, a great run here tonight. Coming home in third. Another solid finish for you. Track looked awfully racy and awfully slick out there. We saw drivers completely sideways, getting up into the wall, bouncing off each other. That was a pretty wild race. What was your thoughts coming into tonight, and what was the mentality trying to get yourself up into the top three with the good points here tonight?
Yeah, I wanted to start near the front, but I kind of messed that up in qualifying, so had to start like mid-pack. Seemed like the top was rolling for a few laps, but you definitely wanted to get to the bottom to save tires. I kept looking up in my mirror and seeing Sean behind me, knowing that I'm chasing him in points and knowing that he's just a model of consistency as usual. So, but I kept digging and managed to tick off a few more spots and bring it home third.
Yeah, after last couple of races, we've seen quite a few cautions come out. Were you kind of surprised this one ran a little bit cleaner than we've seen the last few weeks?
Yes and no. I think that as a group, we're really getting it together as far as knowing who we're racing around, who we can give room, who we can really go down the corner and park down their door. It's been fun.
Coming down the stretch, though, I know you were probably hoping for a caution to come out to get yourself another run there at the front. Do you think you could have done anything differently if caution came out to maybe get Casey or Caden there?
Aside from giving them the bumper, those guys are pretty good. I don't think that I could have really run them down. But you never know. Maybe they could. Maybe they would have got together and things would have turned out a little bit differently. But I've been on both ends of that, so just happy to come in home in third, and yeah.
Well, again, great job coming home P3. Before you let you go, Stephen, anyone you want to thank, any shout-outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank H2O Well Drilling for just helping us out, being our title sponsor here, and make it so we can broadcast it to everyone that's watching, and Til Dark Roofing for coming on as well, Uncommon Deeds podcast, and Dare Motorsports. Thank Logan for putting it on, and you guys for broadcasting.
Awesome, man. Well, I look forward to the season finale next week, so good luck, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it.
Have a great night. So that was your third place finisher, Stephen Rockford. Caden Fisher is not here in the booth, but we do have our winner here tonight. The driver of the 45, Casey BT. Casey, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, first race in the series, bringing home the win. Great run for you here tonight. Showed a lot of patience out there, especially coming up on that lap traffic. It seemed like you were catching lap traffic pretty quickly. They really didn't have any effect on you, but I know coming to the end there, you saw those guys running side by side. Did that worry you at all, or did you kind of know that the laps were going to run down quick enough?
No, I was really counting the laps there, and I saw those guys running too wide, and I was like, oh boy. And then I looked in the mirror, I saw the gap I had. It's like, push anything, just gonna take what's gonna happen and be cautious with those guys running side by side.
Well, a great race for you. You had a couple great restarts there. Kind of surprising. Actually, a couple people in the chat said that they were surprised that driving down off the corner restart was going to work for you as well as it did. And was that something that you were working on in practice or tried a couple times? It just worked for you, or is that kind of just trying to take people by surprise there?
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't think that anybody would expect somebody to pick the top, and I know you're already going wider up there, so you're 6-7 miles an hour faster by the time I even get in the throttle. So I knew mile per hour wise going into one, I'd have a wicked advantage over those guys on the bottom, and we definitely practice it a lot in practice and just trying to get it down, and it worked. It worked great tonight for us.
Well, I know you said you were counting the laps. I'm sure you were expecting a late race caution there. Were you kind of, do you have a game plan in your mind in case that late caution did come out?
The same thing, pick the top, hopefully get a good run down into one, get a car length on them or so, and just defend from there. And I know Caden is aggressive to the point where he'll work you over, but he won't straight up move you. So it was, I wasn't really worried about that part. I was really hoping there wasn't a caution, and I'm super happy there was.
Well, again, congratulations on the win here tonight. First race, first win. Before we let you go, though, anyone you want to thank? Any shout out you got to give?
Huge shout out to you for broadcasting tonight. Huge shout out to Logan for putting this on, and then Covenant Carpentry, Creative Counters, Verizon Wireless, my dad, Ryan Kuhn Motorsports, RKM Setup Shop. Wicked helped the program here, and that's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the win here tonight, and good luck next week, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir.
Also, a couple more shout outs here just came in. Sandy Flores just said, good job, Sean, coming from the rear. And Logan for finishing fourth. And congrats to the 31 and 99 for top fives. Thank you for putting everyone on, or putting this on. Cool as heck to watch. That was Mike Betts. So thank Mike, Sandy, everybody who chimed in here tonight. We do appreciate you all tuning in. Of course, don't forget to tune in next week for our final race, which will be from... I just had it up, and I apologize for it disappearing on me. But, yeah, it will be from Nashville Fairgrounds next week. So you're not going to want to miss that one. So right here on Intensity Broadcasting for the season finale. Again, thank you, everybody who makes this possible. H2O Well Drilling, Til Dark Roofing, our partners over here at Intensity Broadcasting, including Race EPI for all your racing setups, needs, and coaching. Check out raceepi.com, our web store over at intensitybroadcasting.com. And, of course, the butt kicker for all your gaming haptics. Again, thank you for joining us here tonight. Join us back here next week. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over